Hi, everyone. I hope you are healthy and safe. And just wanted to send you a video and talk to you about a few things that have been transpired in the last couple weeks. Today, we find out that Governor Wolf announced that we won't physically be attending school for at least 2 more weeks. This takes us up to Easter. Colleges have gone completely online. Commencements have been made to be virtual, have been postponed in college. Some schools are going virtual for the rest of the year, as far as high schools are concerned. Um, Elementary schools included. This is taking place in Virginia. North Carolina said that they won't go back until May 6th. And even today, they postponed the Olympics, and they're not sure when they're going to have them. Personally, I'm not sure when we're going to go back, but all we can do is take it day by day. Um, as far as your grades are concerned, I updated your grades on Schoology and eSchool, and I cleaned up Schoology a bit. So you'll see everything that we did in a folder called Stuff We Did in School. Um, but your grades reflect extra points that you earned playing all the review games. The only thing that we need to add are any extra points that you got from turning in your cell phones. Students who are missing work should make up the work to improve their third marking period grade. And students who missed the test on Friday, I'm waiting to hear how I can have you make it up. I have a few ideas, so um, definitely going to have you do that. Um, if you're not sure what you are missing, you should look at your grades on Schoology. And if you look at your grades, you can click on the assignment in grades and complete it. I've been preaching that to you all semester, so hopefully you know how to do it. But if you don't, I can show you. Just let me know. We had an assignment a little bit ago that you could complete in pairs if you wanted to, and I wanted to go over that. This might be how you receive some instruction from me in the future, so it would be good for me to practice and for you to pay attention. So, you see on the screen here is the assignment. It's called the EU and free trade scenarios. So you might want to get that open, and you could pause this video until you do. Um, so basically, these were scenarios, pretty real life, that the European Union has either handled because of their union status or not handled. So you were given a scenario, you had to read through it, and then you had to answer the questions. So here we go. In the first one, it has to do with Luxembourg and a guy named Marciano, and he lives in Luxembourg, and he moves to France for a job. Well, not moves to France. I'm sorry. He finds a job in France. And the first question was list two ways that the European Union would solve his problem. So, say they were not in the European Union, but if they were, uh, the European Union could solve Marciano's problem in a couple ways. They could possibly have a common currency that they could use, so that he wouldn't have to cash and convert it into Luxembourg's currency, and then he wouldn't lose his money from his paycheck. So that would be definitely a big help. He could also move across the border without a passport. He could move to France and still keep his citizenship in Luxembourg. And that would be a problem if he were in the European Union. So, according to the situation, if they were in the European Union, it would be helpful, not harmful. If they were in the European Union, he would be able to work in France and maintain his citizenship, and would also not have to exchange his currency. Why did the next one has to do with Portugal? Why did Hernandez Pez go out of business? A lot of you got this correct. Um, Poor Hernandez Pez went out of business because another country can sell fish in Portugal. And since Spain catches more fish, they took over the market and it lowers prices and puts Hernandez out of business. Before the EU and free trade, how much tax would a company from another country have to pay to sell their product? They would have to pay 25% in taxes. For this particular scenario, free trade is a bad thing for Hernandez. Um, the Spanish company um, doesn't have to pay taxes, but Hernandez would go out of business and 3,000 Portuguese would be unemployed. Some could say it's a good thing because it makes the fish cheaper, but nobody in Portugal would be able to buy that fish. Well, not nobody, but 3,000 people wouldn't be able to buy that fish because they do not have a job. So for this instance, you would say that, having a little bit more expensive fish would be okay because 3,000 people have jobs. The next scenario is about a guy named Otto who lives in Poland and is extremely, still bent on World War II and what Germany did to his country. But in this situation, for number one, Otto should definitely do business with Germany and let it go. The war is over, and Germany also paid their debts. They paid their last debt, I think, in 2016. You could fact check that, but it's been maybe a little longer. But it's like $465 million that they paid. They were still paying on war reparations from World War II. So they paid their debts. He should do business with them. In this scenario, is the European Union a good or bad thing? Explain your answer. In this scenario, it's a great thing. Otto can have land in another country that's only 20 minutes up the road, and he can grow his farming business. He doesn't need a passport, and more people would have jobs. So that is definitely something that would be beneficial to Otto and the people of Poland. Your last scenario is Turkey, who's been really trying to get into the EU. So this scenario has Wilhelm, um, and he is working on some financial deals. However, um, they will not get into the European Union for a couple different reasons if they continue these kind of behaviors, or any country would continue these kind of behaviors. And it would be the fact that they are discriminatory towards the Bosnians. They don't want to work with specific people. That won't fly in the European Union. Turkey is in severe debt, like 70%. And they don't care about the environment. So that's another reason why Turkey would struggle to join the EU. Give some advice to Wilhelm about changes he could make to the country or in his country. He should probably start working on getting rid of some of that debt. And the way he could do that is start making deals with people in the European Union or in other countries that are outside the European Union, like Bosnia and Herzegovina and Albania, Macedonia, and those areas. And also, he should probably figure out how to get uh, energy to the villages so that it doesn't hurt the environment. So that's your assignment that I went over. If you have any questions, you can let me know on Remind. And I am really sad that I can't see you guys, believe it or not. And I know that this is going to be a huge learning curve for all of us, but I can assure you that I know I'm comfortable with this and I know what I'm doing. And so if we got to move forward so that you guys can continue trying to receive an education through this chaos, to try and bring some normal to this, even though this is not normal, you know, and I think it would be a great opportunity for all of us to see each other. I think that would be awesome too. So I'm looking into setting up a Zoom. So stay tuned for that, and hopefully um, we can interact, and you guys can interact with some of your friends in the class, and um, that would be what I hope to do in the next week. So hopefully I'll see you soon, at least virtually. And if you have any questions or problems about your grade, please just ask me. But I will not give you a list of things you're missing. You can do that yourself. You could go onto Schoology and you could look at grades and you can just knock an assignment out that you're missing. And then all you need to do is email me and let me know you completed uh, the assignment. That would be great. And so take care, stay healthy, stay safe. Make sure you wash your hands and um, follow the social distancing rules that everybody is talking about so much, and take care of yourself. All right, see you soon.